Hello, coffee lover. I'm Pop Coffee, and this is another segment of Coffee Truth. We're still in our Kickstarter campaign, as is another coffee roaster manufacturer or designer. Which one is it really? We don't know yet. I wanted to point out some of the design differences between our machine, the Power Roaster, and their machine. So we've looked very closely at their campaign. And what we've determined is that we believe that they have a 3D printed model of a design that they created, which won awards apparently. And they have not really shown the function of this machine in action. We have come up with a continuous video. We have done live roasting demonstrations so people can see from green to roasted that our machine works. And has been working since we debuted it August 2017 at the Singapore Coffee Festival. But what their presentation videos show is roasted coffee being blown around. There's no indication that any roasting is actually happening. So there's two views that we see. We see roasted coffee being blown around, and we see green coffee being blown around, which could easily have been accomplished by just using a fan and blowing the coffee around inside the chamber without using a heating element, because coffee has to get very hot to roast, more than 200 degrees Celsius, and we feel that that would probably, if anything was a 3D printed model, it wouldn't be able to take that kind of heat. So this is a challenge to say, hey, we've come up with a continuous roasting video. We'd like to see you come up with it, because we don't believe that your machine can work. And I want to talk about just one reason why. So this is a hot air popcorn machine, and these hot air popcorn machines work reasonably well, and we've actually talked about that in our latest update. But they have problems with it. But what I want to show you here is how this machine is designed. You see the gap here? You see that gap between the bottom of the machine and the table? There are feet, there are legs on this machine. And if we turned it underneath, we see air vents. This is because air has to come from somewhere when it's being blown inside the chamber. Where does the air come from? It comes from the bottom of this machine. Now, popcorn kernels are about half the weight of coffee beans, so you actually need a much stronger airflow to be able to roast the coffee, because you have to blow that coffee a much stronger way. So initially we tried the design, because it looked better, of having the machine flat on the counter or using very, very short legs. And it didn't work because there was no airflow. And what we found is that when we raised it up and there was more ability for the airflow to come through the bottom, the machine worked a lot better. So this may be giving away a trick and a secret that we discovered to the other guys. But you know, there's not just this one flaw in their design, but we feel there's a lot more. So actually, if you have a popcorn popper and you want to roast coffee with it, one way to get a little better function out of it is to raise it up, put it on a stand, give it more air to come from underneath. So when we designed our machine, we couldn't make it flat. So what we had to do was have cutouts in the legs, and we have those on 3 sides to enable the airflow to be sourced from the outside like that. Otherwise, our machine didn't work. And when these cutouts were even lower than they are, it didn't work as well. So we've had to play with that. So I just wanted to give you some idea of the things that what makes the Power Roaster work and work well. And it's not just about a nice design and using a nice design, but it's about functionality. That function has to come first. It has to do a great job roasting coffee, and then secondarily you can work on the design. But we feel that just showing a design and say, okay, yeah, well, we have a good design, we'll work on the functionality part later and we'll make it work. I don't know, that kind of reminds me of another Kickstarter campaign that begins with a B that was also about roasting coffee, where a lot of people got upset because they raised a lot of money and could not produce a machine. Okay, that's it for Coffee Truth. We might be coming to you back as this campaign heats up, as we see other things, other topics that we want to discuss, because we feel that it's very important. We really feel strongly that we have a great machine, and we encourage people to go on Kickstarter, make a pledge, tell their friends. This is the best coffee roasting machine available, the home roasting machine available, and we back it. We have a 1-year warranty on this machine, and we're going to back it up. And to our backers, we thank you for sticking with us, and we encourage you to share with your friends. Okay, that's it. Pot Coffee, Coffee Truth, Coffee University. I'm out.